in the sharing economy, also now known as the gig economy, on-demand economy, peer-to-peer economy, it's got all these names. You have gigs. That's what it's called. Gig is just, you contract with someone through this service, whether it's Uber, Lyft, TaskRabbit, to do various odd jobs. And then they come up with micro gigs because the algorithms are getting so good at squishing jobs down into just smaller and smaller bits, so they can pay you for smaller and smaller bits. And now they have nano gigs. Nano gigs are, you go on places like Mechanical Turk on Amazon and others, and you can do jobs where you identify photos for 5 cents a photo, and you identify. So when people are doing searches on the search engines, and you type in a keyword, it assigns that word to a particular type of shoes: pointed shoes, rounded shoes, a handbag with brown, handbag that's black, a cat lying on a carpet, a cat lying on a couch. They're just assigning these different terms to photos. And in fact, here's the beauty. Get ready for this. You can do it in your spare time. They call it monetizing your downtime. How about that? How about that? Monetizing your downtime. You can do it standing in line at Starbucks. You can do it while you're waiting on the bus. You can do it if you're waiting at the doctor's office. Why waste time? What good is spare time? Who needs that? It doesn't pay anything. You can sit there identifying photos and getting, your rate of pay will be about $2 or $3 per hour if you're good. So these are the nano gigs that they have lined up for. I mean, here's the other thing to keep in mind when it comes, especially when it comes to the sharing economy, gig economy stuff, and Uber and Lyft and TaskRabbit. The thing that they don't want to address, and I've tried to get them to address it, is that, if you work for a traditional job, you go to that job and you're paid, say, 9 to 5, and everything you do between those hours is paid time. That includes meetings with your coworkers. That means, a lunch break or well, maybe not a lunch break, but a break that you get. It means, time talking in the hallway with your coworkers, brainstorming ideas. It means just hanging around the water cooler for a little bit. That's all paid time. In this new gig economy, you're not getting paid for anything. The only time you're paid for is the time you are absolutely productive, producing that report, producing that image if you're a graphic designer. It'd be as if Eli Manning was paid only when he throws a touchdown pass, which hasn't been happening very much lately, I guess. So his pay would be low indeed. You're only being paid for that productive time. This is a profound transformation of how we conceive of work that they are proposing to us as a society, to say that this is how we should construct work going forward. Because this is what they're saying is, and what they'll tell you is like, it's liberating you to have more flexibility. You'll get to work when you want. You don't want to work, you turn off the app, right? They're trying to say Uber drivers have all this flexibility, and there's a certain degree of truth to that if you only need to do it part-time. But I mean, I've interviewed a lot of drivers for this book, and what you see is that those drivers who drive it the least and have been driving it the shortest are the happiest. The ones who have been doing it for a while and have been, there for a year. In fact, Uber's own numbers show half the Uber drivers don't last for a year. They leave the platform because after you've gone through a few of Travis Kalanick's pay cuts, which come on a regular basis, after a while you think like, I'm not making as much money as I did when I started, so you move on.